Yeah, there are
But
times
yeah.
where Chase needs his licks and times where he doesn't. As we are getting into our upper bracket finals, here we go. ZVP best of 3.
Best of 3 indeed, as Light spawning in the top right position. It is going to be the Blue Protoss from Malaysia, representing, oh no, is it M8 Zia? Is that it?
What?
What's his team?
MeomaikA.
Mate Hex, that's it. Well, yeah, he's got the wrong tag. This is the player's fault. Not my shortcomings, but yeah, his Ranger.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Glittering Ashes. Ooh, LE. We have a 15 pool, by the way. Oh my god. Representing the land of Vietnam, as well as the Juggernauts, we have the Oceania representative himself in DreamHack Valencia. It is MeomaikA. Alright, Chase, as the pool first experts, 15 pool. Interesting choice.
Yeah, no, kind of interesting here by Mio. He's not even banking lava really. Actually, oh yeah, no, yes, yeah, he'll have six Zerglings come out. Pool first can be quite a threat though, as we saw. There was a game, I believe, I don't remember who it was, but it was Cyril against I think it was it Romanticide? Cyril just went pool first in ZVP and just killed his opponent. I don't know if it was DNS or it was Shadone.
That happened to DNS, and it was on the map with the speed zones, the green speed zones. What's it called? Jagannatha. That's it.
Jagannatha was it? Oh yes, it was Jagannatha.
Yeah, I remember because I cast that. But yeah, it has happened before. The Lings are on the way. Meanwhile, Ranger did probe Scouts, so he's well aware of the pool first timing. He's chronoing out his first Zealot as fast as he can. We even have a probe coming down to help wall off if need be. The Lings, they're about to rock up.
Yeah, interesting choice here, like. Oh, what a hold.
Jesus, but there's so many holes to this wall though. It's the walls is not. It's just not a wall.
It's not a wall. Interesting to see behind this. MeomaikA is droning, so it is a small commitment. Link speed on the way. But yeah, this is where you see the micro capability of Meo. Is Ranger going to be to the test?
Oh my god, I don't think so, because 4 probes already going down. Can we get a 5th? Can we get a 6th?
Yeah, and 6 probes going down the line, and the adept pops. And it's like, hey guys, where's the Lings? And the probes is
probes are dead, mate. There's nothing left.
Indeed, but now if you can chrono boost out the second adept, put some counter pressure, at the very least he can force out some units by MeomaikA. But that Ling speed we were talking about earlier, it's going to be finished in time.
Yeah, we did see a prioritization of that gas geyser for MeomaikA, so link speed is already done, or it's already on the way. Sorry, he's even not pulling out of gas as well. Interesting, as MeomaikA wants as much of that as possible. This adept, it's got a lot of work to do, and I don't know if I believe, because 12 lings are about to pop.
Yeah, and this adept is going to come in. It sees 2 Zerglings, doesn't see Ling speed yet, but very wisely, Ranger knows MeomaikA, he knows he's always going to have units ready to go. God. Sometimes maybe too many units, as we say. It's a lot of Lings popping, but Zealot, is it going to be able to get away in time? Or
Zealot's going to be going down here, but at least it will see all the Lings. Never mind, the Lings actually, they avoid the Zealot entirely. They just go across the map. The wall is still not a wall. Chasel, not like this.
Yeah, the warp gate. The gateway is not a warp gate. Oh, unlucky. I think that could just be game.
Oh no, they all get in at the same time. We have 2 adepts across the map, and maybe they can deal some equalizing damage, Copium, but the Lings are out of control. They dive on top of the pylon, they dive on top of the adept. Warp gate is done, by the way, so we can't see another warp in, and there we have it. But the pylon is going to go down. Is it going to deny the warp in? Ooh.
Adept finishes. The drone's getting surrounded on the adepts in the main. Ranger looks like he's faltering his micro, but he's getting flustered, and no wonder with all these Lings in the main and the mining. So many more probes going down. Yeah. This is terrible damage.
This is terrible, mate. 14 workers have gone down. I also wanted to bring a little bit of attention earlier here. After all said and done, MeomaikA, that gas was for a very fast lair. He even took 2 additional gases here at the natural base. He is going for the 2-base muta, but I don't know if he even needs it, mate.
Yeah, as we saw, no, that depth, the wall is still not a wall like.
Not like this.
I think Rangers taps out GG and MeomaikA. He sees the opportunity and he takes it. Takes game number 1.
GG, well played, Ranger. He's got to feed his adepts a little bit more. They're just not thick enough to cover up that wall. Feels bad, man. But wow, what an explosive game 1 there by Meo. And again, like in Meo fashion, like that wasn't even like his final form. He was gonna go mutas, mate. He's crazy.
He was indeed. MeomaikA showing, you know, especially when you consider how on the back foot, just how like you see an opportunity, like maybe they'll continue to stuff up and just keep like flooding. Meo says they're so focused on defending this flood, I'm just gonna go muta. And even though he didn't get to that stage in the game, like it just shows like the tenacity of Meo. You know, he every time he executes a plan, he's straight away, you know, thinking about part 2 of the plan and then like plan B. And Ranger, unfortunately, he just the wall at the start was it's a little weird, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't a wall, you know. Yeah, it was a little bit odd, and MeomaikA just abused the hell out of that. Oh boy, hopefully Ranger can shake that loss off. You know, especially because like it's just mainly these like little minute details where he faltered a little bit. No, you just gotta tighten up when it comes to the opener, when it comes to the wall, and we'll be fine. You know, we can get a more standard game. That game, Ranger, he just wasn't able to. He just couldn't play. Just couldn't play it out.
He couldn't indeed, and it looks like again. Trying to familiarize myself with the international casters.
It's okay. I got you. Okay, I'm not gonna let them
get a little
okay?
full stop at the end.
I got you, mate. I got you.
But yeah, as we go into map number 2, like Pride of the Altaris Ladder Edition, and keep in mind, this is a map. Oh, it's interesting, right? Because it's big, but it's got gold bases. You know, it's kind of it seems good for Zerg, but it's also a little bit choky, which can be good for Protoss as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, as we get into game number 2, spawning in the top left position, representing like MeomaikA. Is that it?
Sure.
Oh no, it is the Malaysian Protoss player, the force to be reckoned with. Give it up for Ranger.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Pride of Altaris LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player himself representing the Juggernauts, doing it for his papi in the chat. Calibre, let's go! It is MeomaikA.
It's also a pull first, papi.
Ooh, it is a little bit later than in game number 1, but a pull first nonetheless. Thankfully, Ranger is going to be coming across the map with the Probe Scout, and hopefully this time the wall will be solid.
Yeah, I'm just looking at these Brood War drones that MeomaikA has. When they grab the minerals, it's just they got spindly little arms. I don't like it.
Oh, they're like
yeah. Look, it's like they just got bones for arms, right? They got an ulnar and a
surprisingly flexible. You know, they're very quick.
Yeah, this game's unrealistic, man. Where the tendons gonna be? Forget the aliens and the robots. Like it's concerning. But Meo, what's that drone doing? Roach for him.
Oh, interesting. So we see why the pool was a little bit later. He is mixing up his build here, going for a Roach run. What's a little bit scary is that Ranger with the Probe Scout confirmed the pool first, didn't go further than that, did not see what was behind the mineral line.
Yeah, and Meo straight away, you're straight on it. Don't be surprised if he keeps his lings at home to keep the probe away. Yeah, it looks like Ranger. Everything looks kind of normal so far, but you got to say normal with, you know, with the what's it called?
Asterisk?
Something of salt.
Pinch of salt?
A pinch of salt. That's it, right? Yeah. Not because any of these players are salty, just because pull first is not normal in itself. So meta's kind of deviated, like especially in the early years of StarCraft 2 and Wings of Liberty. Pull first was the norm, but with hatch first being the norm now, you kind of sometimes players don't respect the capability that pull first has when it comes to openers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Ranger has to be on his toes, and he does rotate around, and he just hasn't seen anything yet. He didn't see the roaches. He didn't go back in for a secondary scout. He couldn't, otherwise the queen would have denied him. And here we go. Roaches are on the way, and a bit of a slow Ling flood behind it.
Yeah, and you see actually that the positioning here by Mio, he's going the long way. I feel like he's going a bit too long of a way around, because either way, once this adept comes in and sees no drones, the jig is up. So you kind of should just shoot straight ahead anyway. But how does Ranger react to this? His Stargate's not finished yet.
Yeah, Stargate's on the way. He's fully walling up here. We do have a shield battery. We haven't overcharged the wall. This time is quite a solid wall. But is it going to be able to keep up with what MeomaikA has here? Like, there are some weak points here. There is that pylon. We need our overcharge. We need to focus fire and keep this wall up and running.
Yeah, as Ravager's coming in here, and the goal here, right, is to shoot down the wall to let the Zerglings in. This is a full wall. It looks like he wants to be going for that gateway, which would open up a lot of surface area that Ranger's going to need to cover up. Not a bad choice, and if that gateway goes down light, there's a lot of vulnerable shield batteries not yet finished.
Oh, exactly. Here we go. We do have a kill, not a cancel on that gateway. The shield battery is being focused down as well. The wall has been breached. The Lings are coming in, but the Oracle comes out in time, and the focus fire is trying to get the Ravagers.
And keep in mind, there's no Ling speed with this attack. There's Lings rallying across the map, but there's just they're not fast enough.
Target fire on the rocks. Uh-oh. A little bit of miscontrol there by MeomaikA. Everything is going to get cleaned up. GG gets called, as there were 2 adepts in the main base of MeomaikA, and Ranger holds.
There were indeed. I checked the work count, and Mio was down to 11, so really good by Ranger to kind of not only defend, but get some counter pressure done too.
Exactly. Very clutch move there by Ranger in the end. That's probably also why MeomaikA did kind of have a little bit of miscontrol in that natural base, because he went over to look at his main, saw what was going on, saw how many drones were dying, and just like that, Ranger, fun fact, he doesn't often take games off of MeomaikA, so he's fighting back, mate.
Fighting back, he is indeed. Yeah, this is exciting. I think Koro put in the chat before that Ranger's actually... Oh, where is it? He hasn't won... Is he 0-14? Is that what Koro said?
0-14, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So there's a bit of a morale boost, but I can't help but kind of think to myself, what was Mio going for there? Of course, the pull first opener, it hits faster, but when you don't have Ling speed, are you really hitting... that much faster? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I question the lack of Ling speed as well with that. It was an interesting push, and I'm sure there's logic behind it. Don't get me wrong. Hey, MeomaikA, he broke through, and maybe if there weren't adepts in his main base, if he wasn't losing workers, maybe he would have been able to reinforce a little bit faster and have a little bit more army across the map. It's hard to say. I like to give MeomaikA the benefit of the doubt. If he does something, there's surprisingly usually a reason behind it.
Yeah, for sure. As we said, I was hyping up his decision making, and then the next guy, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, then you start questioning him. Come on, Chase, come on.
It's to get the extra Ravager, but I feel like even with the pull first opener and the super fast Roach Warren, just if you're gonna be doing something against Protoss, especially on a ramp that kind of tight, it's a bit easier to wall off. You need those speedlings to help you out a lot. But either way, that game's over. We're going to be going into game number 3. Is it light?
Game number 3. We are getting into the ace match here, as we are tied up 1-1, and now this will be the final game of this series to find out who moves on to that qualifying match. And again, surprisingly, at least we get it once today, at least once. We are on Blackburn.
Blackburn indeed, light. This is interesting. We're not used to this.
Who takes the gold? How many?
True. Is it going to be the 3rd gold or a natural gold? Yeah, we'll find out very soon as we hop into map number 1. Sorry, map number 3. Spawning in the bottom right position from Malaysia, representing M8 Hexada. Yes, Ranger.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player himself representing the Juggernauts. It is MeomaikA. This time, making drones.
Drones?
Hatch first? Oh my god.
Hatchery first at the gold? Question mark? No, just at the natural. Standard. Low ground wall also standard by Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, nothing crazy so far, which is crazy.
It's crazy, mate. I'm scared. If I see this from Ranger, my heart would be pounding. I'm like, oh my god, he went hatch first. He's crazy. What the hell? What is he gonna do now? Like, the book is out the window. He's going hatch gas pool. What a madman.
A madman indeed, as we see. Yeah, I guess when you think about the map, maybe he wants to get his queens out. Maybe it's just to get some creep spread going to the gold base. You know, you could still be being crazy, but it seems like there's not a lot you can do that's really effective against like a ramp like at the natural here. That for Ranger, you know, you can do you can do like some sort of Roach Ravager like queen timing again to be aggressive, but it's you know, queens have been nerfed. You got the slow zones in the middle of the map. It's just, yeah, we'll have to see how Mio approaches this game. Like,
so something that we didn't get to see, but what was happening in game 1 is that MeomaikA did try and go for a fast layer into fast mutas. I wouldn't be surprised because I'm pretty sure I've seen him do this before against Probe to go for a Hydra timing. It's a ground-based push, and you're saying that because of the ramp, it's awkward to push up this ramp, and you're not wrong. But it won't stop Mio. he'll try it anyway. So yeah, we'll see how this all kind of comes together in the end. Meanwhile, as we get into game number 3, massive shout out to Fernantok in the chat as he does resubscribe 20 months. That's a lot of months.
It's a lot of months indeed. Welcome, Fernantok. Yeah, no, it looks like we're going to be having, you know, Ranger checking the gold base. And MeomaikA is going to be able to scout this Twilight Council.
Yeah, he does slip into the main base, does scout the opener of Ranger, but before he scouted the opener, mate, Mio went for a fast evo.
Yeah, this is, normally it's a good move when you go up against a Stargate, you know, plus
and
one
fast layer.
A fast layer. Oh,
give me +1 range. Give me +1 range, puppy. Give it to me. Ah!
Like, this is a little bit concerning. I see a ling drop, but MeomaikA is going to lose his Overlord across the map. But yeah, how's he going to approach this? He's got another Overlord kind of moving out, but yeah, a ling drop would be cool given the circumstances, but Dark Shrine, how often do you see lair before Dark Shrine when someone's doing it?
True. So a couple of things are coming together here. One is that MeomaikA confirms the ground toss, basically. He confirms that it is a Twilight Council opener. So because of that, he hasn't made use of this Evo Chamber, unfortunately. I would have loved to have seen +1 range for Hydras, but we'll see what he does make use of. There is the Hydra then, mate! We called it!
Oh my days, what is this? How often do you see Hydras defending DTs? Like,
oh my god, that's
not often enough.
Yeah, is it going to work? I mean, we already have detection coming out here. Observer is coming out. DT Dark Shrine is still on the way here for Ranger. Is there a world where maybe MeomaikA doesn't even have to kill the DTs? Maybe he just catches the prism. It's possible. It
is possible you just have Hydras like dropped into like the bottom part of the map, but with the depths coming out now, a changeling running past the depths. What's up, guys? Nothing going on, but yeah, no gold taken. Late third base. Only 3 gases from Mio. Hydra speed. Are we going to be seeing some sort of weird 40 drone Hydra timing here, late?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about that at the start of the game. You know, it did work against Probe. We've seen it on Blackburn before. We're going to see it again. But the DTs do rock up. Detection is here. DTs have been revealed, and they do nothing.
Yeah, and Ranger's kind of, he's got to be thinking to himself, like, this is Yeah, crazy. Maybe seeing that there was no research on the Twilight Council when he scouted it and seeing the robo, it could have tipped him off a bit. But yeah, Mio, it's yeah, +1 range. There you go. He's gonna go for a +1 range Hydra timing light.
Yeah. Again, mate, if you go for an Evo chamber that quick, and if you're MeomaikA, it's gotta be nothing but +1 range, mate. Here we go. We have a bit of a ling run by here at the third base. Decent defenses with the DTs. These things shouldn't do too much. Oh, but he does target fire that shield battery. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, and you kind of see like normally as a Zerg you kind of back off there. You don't really want to commit, but Mio plans on attacking this position here later on. So getting the pile on the shield barrier would be huge. Archon drop, very potent against a lack of roaches or queens. But yeah, you'd have to start thinking. Like Ranger needs to be very careful with these Archons because if they go down, this attack by Mio could be very devastating.
Yeah, it really could. What's important is that, I mean, Ranger has at least scouted this. He has, the Hydras have been revealed. So now Ranger is fully aware that MeomaikA is back to his old shenanigans, going for Hydra pushes. And Mio actually drones up from here. And he actually has a Roach Warren on the way. So he, he's not tunnel visioning too much. He is transitioning out of any kind of timing that he maybe wanted to hit earlier.
Yeah, or maybe it could just be like taking to the fact that Ranger's seen this count of Hydraless, and normally when you see Hydras from Mio this early on after a lair, you think, attack, as we see extra shield battery going down, more kind of units, but it seems like Mio's just taking that to an account, and he's just, getting upgrades going Roaches now, so yeah, interesting to see. Colossus from Ranger, Roaches could actually be a really good choice here, like.
Yeah, we'll see how this dynamic works, because MeomaikA is going for a Hydra Roach timing, basically. The upgrades are on the way, Roach speed is on the way as well. This is going to hit pretty hard, and I don't know if Extended Thermal Lance is going to be done in time. I don't know if Ranger is even going to have enough buffer for his Colossi.
Yeah, for sure. These Archons are really tanky. They'll be great for being a bit of a buffer unit, but just looking at the working count, like Mio, he's now up to 60 workers. To be fair, Ranger's also on 60 himself because Mio's kind of flip-flopped his plan. But I'm still surprised that MeomaikA hasn't taken the gold base yet, like.
Yeah, he's chilling. He doesn't need no gold. Maybe he's saving that for later if he ever does need to transition and take a fourth base. Meanwhile, the Archons do rook up and they're forcing Mio back. He wanted to push out. He still wants to, and he's just going for it anyway. He's like, you know what? You do you. You have your drop. I don't care. I'm going across the map.
Like, I don't understand this, how he can be on 60 workers and be up like 50 supply after that kind of opening, but here we are. Maybe he's just super efficient. He's got 16 drones on the natural, 16 base, really. But yeah, we're gonna have to see Roach Speed finishing up, and this position.
That Colossus is looking so exposed. It's looking so juicy. To be fair, there are now 2 Colossus, but the Roaches are coming in, and the first Colossus is going to go down.
It does. There's just so much Zerg on that. Even a Ravager did force fields. Archon drop at the natural at the same time, however. But look at the units Mio has. Look at the kind of concave. Look at the supply. He's just pummeling through here.
Yeah, exactly. Overcharges popped at the third base to try and keep everything alive, but everything does end up falling. The Colossus goes down as well. MeomaikA is losing a lot in his natural base, but his rallying back at home as well. There's only so much that 2 Archons can do, and it's nowhere near enough compared to what MeomaikA has.
This is one of those games, like, where you just have no idea how Mio just wins it, right? Like of course he didn't take much damage from the DTs, but his work account was so low. Disruptive whiffs. This is insane by MeomaikA.
Yeah, fun fact, mate. Hey, Probe had to deal with this too. Like, he couldn't do it. That's how Probe got eliminated from DreamHack, mate. And here we go. MeomaikA comes in. He is maxed out, mate. He's cracked. He's insane. Disruptors are doing what they can. They're trying to hold the line here in the main base, but it's not going to be enough. MeomaikA has taken control of the natural. We have detection. DTs aren't going to do anything. These disruptors, they aren't going to do anything either.
Yeah, there's just so many Roaches. Ranger's trying as hard as possible. He's down to 43 supply, but just with this amount of Roaches, Mio's just going to storm on through, and there's nothing that Ranger can do.
Exactly. He's still down to 1 disruptor. The Robo is trying to pop out a second, and maybe he can get a juicy Nova off, and he's going to try, and he will, but it's not enough.
That's a GG is called, and MeomaikA takes the victory, and he will book his place in the upper grand final. Wow.
GG. Well played there. MeomaikA showing us all why he is the Oceanic representative for DreamHack Valencia, mate. He's going to be there on that international stage, and he may even go on to Germany as he moves on to that qualifying match.
That's right, and you know, Ranger drops down to the lower bracket, but he is not out. We still have a few players. You know, you've got Demi and Pez who are waiting in around 4 of the losers bracket, but Azur, Quantel, Endo, Raza, like one of these guys will be going up against Mio in the kind of final, so stick around. But yeah, wow, dominant performance there by MeomaikA in that third game.
Exactly. Again, he's a man with a plan. Things may not look like they're being pieced together. You know, you may be thinking, hold on, didn't he get an Evo chamber at the start of the game and he waited like 3 minutes before he started any kind of upgrade? Yes, he did. And it's fine. It's all part of the plan. Because if it gets scouted, then Chase, he was all about the link. He was all about the +1 melee because that just makes sense. Which is exactly why he wasn't doing it.
Yeah, it looked like, as I pointed out during the game, he could have been going for a ling drop in the main, but the Stalker got that scouting overlord. But then again, knowing me, it could be anything. But I can kind of see, now that my brain has had time to actually recharge, I can kind of see what he was going for. You know, show the Hydras, you know, make your opponent take into Colossus, and then you just smash through them with roaches.
Yeah.
And it was insane just how many roaches he made. Like, Ranger had no chance. He didn't even lose the Archons from his Archon drop.
Yeah. Archons didn't even matter. You know, the Colossi were exposed. It made sense because Mio is known for his Hydras, so yeah, make Colossi. It just all makes sense there to pump them out and use them to defend. But that was just really, really well executed by MeomaikA, just playing off of his reputation and also off of the kind of mind games and the metagaming of his opponents. It was beautifully done. Again, just one of a kind player. One of a kind.
One of a kind. And speaking of one of a kind, like, we have got Ender still up against Raza. That could be an interesting series to see what goes on there. But yeah, this is quite a healthy amount of Zerg so far left in the bracket. You've got Ender, Demi, and MeomaikA. 3 players with very distinct play styles. Mio known for his craziness. Ender also, I want to say Mio is crazy and Ender is unconventional. And Demi's just stock standard macro. So you've also got, I want to say, plenty of Terrans and Protoss, but who knows what Pez is going to play? Who knows what Azur is playing right now against Quantal as we speak? So very curious, very balanced bracket so far.
Yes, we still have plenty of representation amongst the other races, you know, Protoss, Terran, and Zerg. As you were saying, you know, there's the beautiful thing about the Zerg-Muta triangle in the Southeast Asia Sea, or the China Sea, I think, actually, is that, you know, despite all of our Zerg players being so distinct and unique, is exactly that. And sometimes they have an aggressive personality to them, but they're all so different as well, and they all have their own ways of approaching the game and their own builds as well, as we saw from Ender earlier today. So it's great to see them here. Unfortunately, only one can come out on top, and they will eventually be forced to fight amongst each other, but we'll see when we get there. At the moment, we have 2 series that are playing out right now, and they're both in game at the moment.
So we'll most likely have a little break at the moment, guys, until we can get ourselves into the next game. Just judging by how things are looking, it looks like Azur and Quantal have just started. They're 4 minutes into their current game, but it also looks like, yeah, it's Ender and Raza. They might be playing maybe Korea or Singapore, because I can't really see them in the bracket. Sorry, in the group chat.
Yeah, they're here. They're also 4 minutes in their current game as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I'm just blind. Are they in the group chat?
I have them on my friends list. So
oh, nice flex, like. I'm friends with pro gamers, but yeah.
Oh god. So they are mid-series, so we do have some time to relax before that happens. My question to you is, if you could choose, and if we had an option, which series would you want to join and cast?
The one where my reputation as a professional caster doesn't get questioned.
I was about to say the Zerg, but then I realized it would be Ender, and it's like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, either of these series, I feel like Quantor versus Zora is more of the wild card.
True.
And that's saying something considering Ender's playstyle.
Mhm.
But either, if there's a few people favoring one series, we can pop into the other one. We know these players fairly well. We know they're both going to be really good series. Do you have a preference at all, Light?
I mean, obviously, I've got a little bit of a Zerg bias. I think it would be easier if we followed the Zerg player, but at the same time, like Pez and a Zerg about to meet, they could potentially meet each other, and I think that would be a lot of fun, especially if they off race each other and like Pez plays Terran and Azure plays Protoss. Like that would be a lot of fun as well. So I think we're a little bit spoiled for choice. I don't think there's a wrong answer. But yeah, we will eventually come back with one of them.
Yeah, we could jump in right now for a bit of a Zurpov. I see he's playing a Discord, but
we're not getting in that Discord channel.
Yeah.
There's too much going on there. Like that's not gonna fly.
Everybody. Yeah, no, interesting to see. But yeah, it's gonna be just a couple chill little minutes later as we're just gonna chill out, talk to chat. Hey guys, Ryan in chat unfortunately is saying did not see the roaches come. Yeah, that's just because he didn't open Stargate, right? And he was harassing with Archon, an Archon drop. But yeah, it was just so many roaches. Like I don't know, man.
It's definitely
I'm still in shock.
I think that's one of those games where, like, I know we've all been having trouble against Protoss. You may be even just like slipping into that replay later on and maybe studying it a little bit. That's I can see you maybe trying to pull that off yourself. Because it was really impressive to see. But as you were saying, we are going to be going on a small break. When we return, everyone stretch your roaches, hydrate your hydras, get plenty of water and plenty of rest. And when we return, we will have some more StarCraft.